Ooh, yeah. So, we have some supermarket oyster stout from Marston's. I think it's an English company. Um, I haven't tried it before, but the supermarket was clearing them out for £1.25. So it's like, I don't know, $2, $2.50. So I got a few of those bad boys. Some poppadoms, lime and coriander. Big old box of 7 inches. I've had this box for 20 years probably. See this? I'm on a stupid fucking MacBook. See this? This is a wee list of 7 inches that were in here whenever I moved to study in Iowa for a year whenever I was 20. I made it. Whenever I was 20, I got my girlfriend to write all the 7 inches that were in this box because my mates would come around to my house and take 7 inches or put records on or whatever. And I was like, don't want any of these to be lost. And loads of them are still in here. Some of them have been moved out of the perfect 7 inches, but loads of the same ones are still in here. And the girl that wrote that, she's my wife. Alright, sorry. So, I wanted to give you a wee quick update on what I'm doing. I'm still in my new house, still have lots and lots to do. Starting to shape up well on the inside, but all my gear still out on the outside in a mess. So, getting some heating put into the garage in 3 or 4 weeks. And then after that, probably after Christmas, I will get some double glazing in and then I'll be able to live again. So this is my box of 7 inches and I pulled 10 just to, I don't know, talk about if there was a house fire and I could only grab, some vinyl or something. This is kind of always what I would grab. So 10 little records. I don't want to talk too long. Dead Kennedys, Bleed For Me. Actually, it's a good song, but I bought it, I think, at the time for Life Sentence. Such a great tune. Full on Jello Biafra rant. I mean, I try and sing in my band, and I try and channel Jello Biafra or Ian Curtis or something like that. It never really happens, but you get the real deal with Jello Biafra. The man is talented. His lyrics are brilliant. Singing is brilliant. Well, to my ear anyway. And he can really, lots and lots of lyrics and so loud and fast. I love watching the sessions on YouTube for the In God We Trust EP, and those guys are brilliant. Just it cheers me up to see those guys in action because it's a real snapshot, I guess, of what the band did. The band didn't go that long, really. So while it might not be the best Dead Candy 7-inch, Nazi Punk's Fuck Off is, but mine's long gone over the years. This for me, Life Sentence, just sums it up in a 7-inch. A little bit of hip hop for you. Brother's gonna work it out. Like everybody, at some point you hear hip hop for the first time, and maybe it's like Sugar Hill Gang or one of the classic sort of hip hop songs. Certainly one of the ones I first heard, and then after a while you catch up, and then you get exposed to somebody like Public Enemy, and then like, right, okay, it's not just all like stories and fun things, whatever else. There's a message in hip hop, or a message delivered via hip hop, the same way as other political music can be delivered. From Dylan or whatever, right the whole way through to all that political stuff, Billy Bragg and punk and whatever else. So Public Enemy, and I guess just did that. So gotta have Public Enemy in your House on Fire pile. KLF, 3AM Eternal. KLF to me are, very very much a UK thing, I guess, because they were a UK band, but they were kind of anarchists, kind of t- just basically out for a laugh, out for statements, art, music, or whatever. But they're also pretty catchy. So the stuff they put out, really um, really good pop songs, as well as having their statement and having the fun that those guys did. So I always just like 3 a.m. Eternal because it's catchy and it kind of sums up their sound in a couple of minutes. Destroy all monsters. Um, this one's a friend of mine. Which was a friend of mine, Brooksy, I work with and do all sorts of stuff with. He got me into this. I had never heard Destroy All Monsters, and Iggy Pop I know well, and the Stooges and all, but I didn't really know all the history of where the band members all went afterwards and whatever else. The first time I heard this was like, oh yeah, yeah. No, it was like Sonic Youth obviously owe them a wee debt, and I had been listening to Sonic Youth for so long, but I had never heard Destroy All Monsters. And I heard this, and I just fucking heard the noise and the chaos and the punk, and like it was only 3 or 4 years ago I first heard this song, and never even heard of them before. And I had to go out and just buy a 7-inch because it's like I have to own that. It's just such a great tune. What can I say? You can't know everything. You can't know every artist ever out there. This is a wee double 7-inch set from Liz Fur. So I think these were like her first sort of studio demos or recordings or something. Yeah, all variety of stuff. There's 8 tracks on it. And I can't even remember how I was turned on the Liz Fur so long ago. I can't remember, but I know she's quite a sexual artist. A lot of, I guess, indie kids would have loved that about her, but I kind of just thought she was obviously just, I don't know, is it feminist or whatever? But her sexuality was her business, if that makes sense. And I remember being young and impressionable and realizing that about women, that it's not just a man thing. Woman can have her own sexuality, whatever. So, I don't know. Very sexual music and very inviting for a teenage boy, but in a respectful way. But she kind of lost her way a bit. I don't know. Maybe I got bored. But after a couple of albums, I wasn't as interested. But certainly this and her first album, I really really like. I guess it's the more the stripped down guitar, her singing sort of stuff. It's absolute classic. Obviously, Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I have to say that the Nirvana 7-inch I wanted to show from here is in with the other records at 12-inch, because I think I'd done a double sliver 7-inch and 12-inch photo for the VC a year ago or so, and it must be sitting beside it, so I couldn't find it. Sliver is the one I wanted to show because I bought it before Teen Spirit came out, because I had been lucky enough to get turned on to Bleach and stuff through my friend Brian at the time. So I think get in before the Nevermind rush, but I had Sliver and nice pink vinyl, but it's the way it is. But I mean, this is the second best Nirvana 7-inch. It's fucking brilliant. Showing a wee bit of Dinosaur Jr. Get Me, purely because of my friend Stevie. He's a really good friend of mine, and he used to do a really good impression of me singing Jem Ashes, singing the chorus line or the verse line in this here, and he would just take a piss out of me singing it whenever he was steaming. So it always just cheers me up thinking about this song. The song itself is kind of a bit boring. It's a really long, plodding Dinosaur Jr. song, not one of their best songs. I was talking to Tom tonight about Therapy. Therapy are like a punky, rocky band from Northern Ireland, where I'm from, and I quite like their early stuff when they were a bit more punky, dirtier sounding, as opposed to get cleaned up and went into more rock sort of sound, which is fine, and they've done a fairly successful band. Anyway, so this is a cover of Teenage Kicks by Undertones and With or Without You by U2. This limited edition of, I think, 500 maybe, for a gig in the Ulster Hall years and years and years ago. And the reason why I love this is, again, going back to the guy Stevie from here, he we were queuing up to get in, this big mad rush to get in the Ulster Hall, and as we went in, I tripped or fell on the steps or whatever in the way in, went completely, flat out. And Stevie's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Go," because we knew they were getting free 7 inches, when you get in. So he sprinted over and managed to give me a 7 inch, and apparently then he turned around and laughed because they were video camera in the gig, and obviously got a great footage of me collapsing on the floor. So this is, really nice 7 inch, and it's probably the most expensive record I own. I think it's pretty dear on Discogs. Sonic Youth Superstar. So these are Carpenter's 7 inch, Sonic Youth and Red Cross do Carpenter's cover. And if you've probably heard this. Sonic Youth cover was quite popular. If not, check it out on YouTube. It's a great song. Slow and lethargic, and kind of Thurston Moore's vocals are real drawn out. Sorry about that, I'm back. One of my wee kids just woke up. So, the Mountain Goats, songs about fire. I have a strange habit, and I sort of mentioned it in the last video about Future Islands. Sometimes when I get into a band, right, I really, really like something about them, right? And then I immediately stop and don't really listen to much more of their stuff, because if something has made an impact on me, in a good way, and I really fall in love with something, I almost don't want to know any more about it, the band, or maybe it's disappointment or something, I don't know. So, this is the first record I ever heard of theirs, and it's the only one I've actually ever listened to fully, and the only one I really desire to own, and I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So I think it's the first song, Pure Gold, I can't remember. Really love it, and almost don't really want to ruin the memory of it by listening to something else. And I think I might need some help with that, because it doesn't really make sense. So Future Islands, don't want to go back into their catalogue. I heard the National High Violet, isn't it called? Don't want to listen to it anymore. I'm just happy to stop there. I can't understand it. And the Castaways and Cutouts by December, I did that, but then I managed to break that and go and listen to other stuff, and I really like lots of other albums of theirs too, thankfully. So I need help, and I probably need to know, is there a name for that? I bet you Dr. Deadwax could diagnose me with something. Stone Roses, Made of Stone. Great song, great band. Gotta own it. Gotta bring one with you to the desert end. Pavement, Trigger Cut +2. I'm a big Pavement fan. Talked about them before. So Trigger Cut's great song, and two great B-sides. So Sue Me Jack and So Stark, You're a Skyscraper. I love them. Big favourite of mine. So I just picked this from the Pavement 7-inch collection. Almost finished. I think I've gone over my 10. The Schmeech. So you gotta have a Smiths record in your box for sure. So why not have Hang the DJ, Panic, with Vicar and a Tutu on the B side? I mean, you're DJing at an indie disco and you're running out of tunes. This will get the floor filled for sure. And the last one I picked because it covers two of my favourite bands. So it's the Misfits and the Lemonheads split 7-inch from Record Store Day a few years ago. Skulls. One side's Misfits, one side's Lemonheads. Cracker tune, cracker bands. I'm a big fan of both. So that's a quick pull of 7-inches. I really enjoyed that. There's loads more, but because I can't get to play on records, maybe I'll do another dip in the 7-inches if anybody wants to see some more. So nice talking to you all on the old VC, VK, goats, carrots, mayors, doctors, hot tubs. We got it all. Good night.